Don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our two newly released books, Football: A Love Story and What Did Football Teach Me? These books feature over 100 stories from current and former coaches, players, executives, and entertainers from across the football landscape, describing what got them involved in the game, what they love about it, and what life lessons the game taught them. You can find your copy or order your copy from our website at footballgameplan.com/books. Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our preview of the 2015 Goodyear Cotton Bowl between the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Michigan State Spartans. Now let's start this video off by taking a look at my keys to victory. Starting with Alabama in this ball game, you want to spread the field to run the football. I'm pretty sure Michigan State will come in and try to load that box up to stop Derrick Henry. The way you can neutralize that or counter that is by spreading the field by formation and still having the ability to run inside with Henry. You also want to turn up the heat on Connor Cook. I think he struggles versus pressure, and no one sends pressure better than the Alabama Crimson Tide. I think this is an opportunity to generate a turnover. I think overall, Alabama has to win the individual matchups, more in particular the offensive and defensive lines, especially on their defensive side of football. They have to make sure they match up well and win those battles versus a very stout Michigan State offensive line. If they can't win those matchups up front, they'll struggle mightily in this ball game. Moving over to Michigan State in this ball game, this is a simple one. You want to make Jake Coker beat you throwing the football. You want to make this game a Jake Coker versus Connor Cook game that heavily favors Connor Cook. Stopping Derrick Henry, I know that's easier said than done, but you want to put these guys in second and long and third and long situations where Coker will have to put the ball up. I think that's a win for Michigan State. And you also want to beat Alabama at their own game by out-physicaling Alabama, if that's even a word. I just made that up here on this video, but that's what they have to do. They have to beat Bama by out-physicaling them both on the line of scrimmage, in space, and also in the running game. And I think the Spartans' passing game can have some success in this matchup versus Alabama if they attack vertically down the field, as well as Alabama can match up versus anyone's receiving core. They don't necessarily turn and find the ball often as you would like a defensive secondary to do, to come away with interceptions, which means there could be a lot of big plays made in the passing game if they go deep down the field by Connor Cook and that receiving core. The biggest X factor in this game for Michigan State, I think, will be the play of their offensive line. They're a pro-style offense, and this is a strength versus strength battle, in my opinion. You look at the Spartans' offensive line with Jack Conklin, Jack Allen, Donovan Clark, those guys going against Jerron Reed and also Ashawn Robinson and company. If they can win that battle up front, it goes a long way in helping them win this ball game. Again, it's a strength versus strength matchup, and this is one aspect of the game that Michigan State will definitely have to win. The biggest X factor in this game for Alabama will be how well they can play situationally on offense. I'm talking about third down offense and also inside the red zone. I think they have to make sure they come away with touchdowns versus Michigan State, and they have to find ways to sustain drives. I know that's easier said than done. They have one of the best backs in the country in Derrick Henry, but if he gets stopped, can Coker help keep this offense on pace by moving the chains? If they can play well situationally, they can knock off the Spartans. I like Alabama in this ball game. I think the overall defensive pressure that they will send Connor Cook's way will limit that offense of the Spartans and force some errant passes, force a couple of turnovers. I think that's how they'll win this ball game. I think Michigan State will have some success early on in slowing down Derrick Henry, but overall he'll get his carries, he'll get his touches, and eventually he'll get his yards, leading Alabama to victory.